This is James Durr. Today, I want to cover how to write a blog post in 7 easy, simple steps. Now, I use Notepad to write usually my first draft of my blog posts. Now, true, you can't actually get all of the links into Notepad. You can't get all of the text formatting in Notepads like bold and all those, italics, all those types of things. But Notepad gives me a great start to my first draft of how I want my first draft to look for my blog posts. And here's how to write a blog post in 7 easy steps. I'm going to go over these 7 steps for you. Now, first, you have to decide that you can do it. Half the battle is already won when you start to believe you can do it. Otherwise, you're holding yourself back. But just decide that you're going to do it. One way or another, you're going to do it. Believing that you can do it will open up your mind and enable you to do it. A lot of times, inside ourselves, we're our own worst enemies. We hold ourselves back. We keep ourselves from doing what we know we can do. Now, the second point is choose a blog post title. Pick one that you feel has the knowledge and energy behind it for the blog post to properly reveal what you want to say in the blog post. Now, third, you have to have an uncluttered writing environment. Actually, I'm going to make another blog post on this because one thing I noticed with a lot of people in their own business, they are a cluttered mess. But your third step, again, is have an uncluttered writing environment. Clear your desk and your computer screen so that you can concentrate on your blog post without any interruptions. Don't answer phone calls. Don't answer Facebook posts. Just focus on what you're trying to do. Focus on writing your blog post. Now, your fourth thing is write without fear. Write recklessly. Just write what you feel. Just write it. Nobody's going to read this first draft. It's only you that's going to read it. Now is not the time to edit your work. Just write, knowing that you will create a great blog post in the end. Now, the fifth step is to go over your blog post and edit it to your satisfaction. This is where you take out the reckless parts you just did in the last step. And you will see thoughts that you can make better and more understandable. So edit ruthlessly. Make sure you get it down to the point that you feel most people can understand what you're trying to say. The sixth step is be sure to stick to one simple idea or thought per blog post. This will help keep your blog post much shorter. I'm sure you've seen, like I have, there are some people who just write pages for a blog post. No one's going to stay and read that whole blog post unless they're extremely interested in what that person has to say. You want to keep your blog post short and to the point. And the seventh is write your list blog posts. Now, this is something I don't do a lot of, but I notice a lot of blog post writers do. But write list blog posts. In other words, like I just did here with 7 steps, 3 steps, 5 steps, 7 steps, 11 ways, 12 ways, 13 ways. Write list blog posts. They are very easy to write, especially for beginners. Plus, they are easy to read. Most people like to read a list. They can breeze through it and get the most out of it that they feel they can get. And most importantly, they tend to be extremely useful to your readers. Like I just mentioned, they can read through them and just get what they want out of them. Writing a list post encourages you to just get to the point. Like I said earlier, about focus on one key point and write a list blog post. It is the most easiest thing for you and your readers to enjoy. And I don't do that a lot of times, and I need to do that more often. So that's a recommendation to myself as well as to you. Now, decide that you can do it. That is probably the most important point. Then unclutter your working space, and then write the blog post, knowing all the while that you can do it, that it will come out okay. That is how to write a blog post in 7 easy steps. One thing, let me know of any tricks you use to write your blog post more rapidly. Maybe it's a trick that you've learned yourself that works very easily for you. Let me know. That way I can incorporate that also into writing my blog posts. And writing, just so you know, can become very easy over time with practice. It just takes practice. Like anything else, practice, practice, practice. Just like doing videos, just practice. After a while, it becomes so simple. It's like brushing your teeth. And just put this method to work on how to write a blog post in 7 steps. Just put it into practice and discover for yourself how easy it can be. Many times we complicate things far more than what is necessary. Just check out some of my blog posts too at jamesdur.com and see how I've written them. Like I said, I don't do a lot of them with steps. I probably should do more that way with steps. But just check out my blog posts. You'll see how to do blog posts and videos. Just check out my blog post now at jamesdur.com. It's JAMESDERR.com. Just check it out. See for yourself. It's not that hard. Don't make it any more complicated than it has to be. Take care. Have a great day.